Welcome back again to the Stanley Parable. My name is Marilyn, as I'm sure you all know now. And here we go.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I like that.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
Okay,
he
so
couldn't
that
find
just
a
always
trace
gets
of his
triggered
co-workers.
regardless. I really hate that door closes, doesn't it? Huh. Why did it close? Oh wait, I need to look for that one computer. Hang on. We're off to a great G9 start, I would say. Why does volume do that sometimes? I don't know if you guys can see it, but like I'm playing this on a projector. And every so often it just kind of like changes the volume.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, he did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's cool that if I just try and speed run it, that they made the hallway long enough that I could listen to the whole thing.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Is this the same dialogue? This is different.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah. I can't argue with that. You know? Okay, what endings can I take? Oh, cool. I should have utilized this. Okay. Let's follow this. No
Look, Stanley,
tricks.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
My marimba. Ooh, I got stuck for a hot sec. Okay. Oh, jeez.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Hi.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Can only hope.
They'd want to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Jeez, I don't like that.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Okay. Hello?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Geez, I can't see my
Look at him
keyboard.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now
am not
he's
a fan.
eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
What if I don't? No. What if I just don't? Oh, I hate it. I'm gonna push it.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Ooh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Shoot, that's me. You're talking to me.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh, I don't like this.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Interesting.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to.
So
I must.
This game
Perhaps,
knows that
maybe
there's a
this time you'll
difference
see.
between me and the character
Maybe this
Stanley.
time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a
Please
button.
die.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh. Okay, well, thanks. That was important. Also, my wife was creepy because she wasn't my wife. And also, that was, I think, the most meta part of this game from like a relationship between me and the narrator standpoint. Whew. All right, we're gonna do one or two more endings, and then I think we're gonna call it quits. Because I've been sitting in this dark room for a long time, and I'd like to go somewhere else. Because I have agency. But you know what? Who's to say that I actually do? And on that happy note... Hello?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of confusing. I like boxes, so that will be fun, I hope. The Future Happiness Foundation.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew
Something
it was
deeper
something
and
deeper.
darker, huh?
Something darker.
Darker. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating
All right.
that even though all your
done with
co-workers
this.
had mysterious... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Room looks so interesting. Also, I think I need a game plan real fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. Not go that way, sucker.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
You've tried to
here.
kill me a couple
I'm not your
times.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
Is it?
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Yeah, that's so like, not
This is it,
necessarily.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your
A way
work
to be
aside.
persuasive. Oh,
To
I
let
hate
her
this room.
back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah?
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
But, like, you programmed it in
It's
there.
definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Roll
Not
credits.
picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
See,
How is
it's
that
not
even possible?
incorrect.
None of these
my
decisions were supposed to
choice.
mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional
don't.
video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember
Sometimes
that
it's like
unlike
that.
here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to
I know I'm
test
sitting
and
in the
reinforce
classroom,
the
but,
material
like,
covered
I'm
in
not
this
here to be
video.
in class.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh. Okay. What?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. I'll just... keep walking this way.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But you're still giving me a choice. I see. Oh. I have been here so long that the projector decided to go away. Which, I forgot, is a thing that happens a lot. So, thanks, college. I super hate that I'm in the dark. That makes this worse, I would say. I'm shook. I'm spooked. All right, boop boop. Anyways, we're just gonna resume the game. We're gonna go through the right door.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Ooh. All right, maybe it's not too late.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
ruined. I can't
I like
believe
this.
after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Everything is
What do I do?
okay.
What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
What?
I have to. I have to. I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He
There we go
understands that
again.
if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Oh.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Pretty much.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
I'm back.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Interesting.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I noticed that the weirdness is the same.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
All right.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He locked the door behind me really fast.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is different. Okay. It locked the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Interesting. I have to. Oops, I hit a wall, as I think we're all prone to do. Ooh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115? Yeah, I know that the
Stanley spoke the code.
I hate this red.
Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I hate that it's red.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
But I can't speak into it. Boy.
Okay,
Boy.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Dude.
If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
I couldn't.
Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello?
Oh.
Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Oh.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this.
The
story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Wow. So here we go. I'm not Stanley. Wow. Okay. I don't think I can go through another round of that, but like, whoa. Okay. Thoughts. So, can confirm I am not Stanley, which I knew, but I wasn't sure if the game was treating me as Stanley. I'm still not super sure, other than there is a separation, and we know that because it just happened. So, ooh, this game is very cool. I love it. It's eerie in the same way that like it's scary in the same way that Portal is, because you're on your own and it's just you and the person who's in control. But like, who really is in control? Because the answer, I think, is me, the player. Because I have the choice to just shut off the game, and then the narrator can't have his world. And the female narrator knows this, because she told me so. And like Stanley is just there. So I'm the only character with any true agency, but like, I don't take the agency to get the game. Which I think means something. And I'm just spewing a lot of ideas because I haven't quite collected my thoughts together, and I'd need to like go back through and actually like pick it apart to actually get it. But there's a lot here, and I haven't even looked at everything yet. There's a whole like branch, and I think it's a small branch, but I'm not sure because I haven't played it. But there's a whole branch that I have to go down still. And like, wow. Wow. Yeah. The narrator is interesting. The female narrator, that she exists, I think is even more interesting. And the fact that I play such a big role in the story. Because, like, you have games where, like, choices matter, but the player doesn't matter. The choices matter, you know? But I matter here. And, of course, like, I'm making up the fact that I need to stop spewing things. I need to, like, collect thoughts. I need to get out of this dark classroom. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was very silent for parts. I was trying to watch the game and play it, as I'm sure you were as well. Thank you so much. I will play it again soon. Bye.